Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. What is this monstrosity going on in front of me right now? I've been chopping down so many resources that we're actually starting to leave some on the ground. Can you believe that? Look at it. The one on this side won't pick it up. It won't even touch it. This side though seems to be good. So we have something on the front of this that looks new, doesn't it? Some of you probably noticed that at the end of the last episode. We had an invader as I was recording my outro, and that thing actually left something behind. I noticed it after I'd stopped recording. I went to clean up the mess, and I was like, wait a minute, this thing looks completely new. It's called, I think, well, I can't actually remember what it's called. A flatbed tractor pad. But look at this. It stores 20 items. So basically, it's kind of like one of these conveyor belts, except it works with 20 items in total. That being said, it's actually passing things, yeah, it's passing things into here. I've just been running around and it looked like it was doing the job, and we can see here it clearly is. Although, it looks like maybe a couple of things have come back on here which can't go into the refinery again. I guess we'll find that out in a moment. Yeah, so this thing got left behind and I decided to attach it, and now I've been thinking about buying another one and perhaps redesigning this thing so it can hold tons and tons of stuff, but I don't think we want to make it bigger right now. We've got other priorities. We've done a little bit of redesigning of this already, so I think we'll focus on some different things this episode. One thing I do want to mention is that I talked about doing a live stream when we get the new world if this one does get reset. At the moment, when I'm recording this, there's no sign of the new update, so we might be doing a few more episodes in this world. But the idea is to bring us back up to speed, to go and do things in the world that bring us to this point where we're like, right, we've got 3 or 4 techs, we've got this technology unlocked, so we don't have to start all over again. And yes, this doesn't work. This would have to go behind the refinery. As we've seen before, when you put the conveyors and these things in front of them, they can often come out of the refinery back into this. So now I've got to manually swap it over, and perhaps that's why it all got backed up as well. So yeah, when it comes to the live stream, the idea is that you wouldn't really miss anything because we'd be doing what we've already done, so to speak. And then when we go back to doing videos after the live streams, it means that we're basically continuing from the same point. We've discovered the same sort of things, and we're heading in a similar direction. Anyway, I'm going to do the rest of this later, because what we're going to do right now is actually go over to our payload terminal. I click on you, there we go, and we're going to go look at, what type is it? I think it's Geocorp are the yellow ones. Yep, we've unlocked 2 of these right here. It's this thing that I'm interested in. I probably should have done a little bit of this, off camera, but we're going to buy one of those and attach it actually to this thing right here. How are we going to do this? This is supposedly going to drill through things, so maybe it'd be a good idea if I detached this for the moment and attached it to something else. There you go, you can sit over there. However, I'll have that because I want to sell it. And then we will put these pads back on, and that one has decided to rotate itself awkwardly to the side. And that's right, we would have one left over which can go right there. So let's drag a couple more of these just so they're out of our way. I'm thinking what we'll do is remove our drills. We're going to attach them to something. We've got a load of random stuff everywhere. The plan was to clean this all up, but with... Oh, that's interesting. Can we rotate you so you're off the ground? That is technically off the ground, but now I can't move. So I think what we're going to have to do is take it 1 block higher. Let's just put something in the middle here. What could we grab without pulling loads of things apart? That's actually sausage dog, although it doesn't look like a sausage dog anymore. This over here should be good. So there we go, that block was free, and now we're going to move it upwards. So let's rotate it again. There we go. That is actually, believe it or not, that is actually attached and ready to go. So let's go and mash down a tree over here. Mashing is the term that I have given for when we go around and just take resources. Oh, look at that, straight away, bam, see you later. What about with the rock? Oh, come on. Not quite as quick, but still good. I imagine if you keep it spinning though, it's going to be relatively effective. So that's really quick. We're sort of going uphill here as well, which doesn't help like the position of this thing very much. We'll leave the green stuff. That stuff's valuable. I don't want any of it despawning on the ground like the wood is doing. This seems a little bit quicker. Obviously, we've not got a machine that's optimized for it. I'm thinking like a harvester redesign is in order. I know I said that I didn't really want to do that, but we found some new things here. Look at this. This is awesome. Oh, and now we've got something trapped underneath us. There we go. What I'd really like to see, let's try that again. Turn. There we go. Maybe we should put some of those new wheels on this thing as well. And it'd be nice if we actually had more yellow blocks. That reminded me of the plan for this episode, the original plan, before I started goofing around with that other thing and thought, right, let's record. It mashed through that thing pretty quick, by the way. I'm chatting away like mad here and not paying attention to the observations that I'm trying to make. Don't worry about me leaving things behind as well. They'll respawn. Yeah, my plan was to go far off into the distance with our other guy over there and just try and find some more yellow tech stuff. So yeah, we drilled through that really quick. This is definitely a better drill than what we currently have. So upgrading our harvester is a good idea, but I think we should go in search of more yellow tech first of all. So the question is, do we take Sausage Dog with us? Because we're going on a long journey, I think it would be a good idea to avoid that. So what we'll do is perhaps remove this one extra gun. We could just put that up there, couldn't we? Yeah, there's room for a little bit more firepower on this thing. We're going to put the solar power generator over here and attach this somewhere on there as well. Yeah, that looks good. So we can now take this guy around, and when we need to recharge, we can plop this thing down and do so. At the moment, we have no shield, or no battery, more to say the right thing. Yeah, so anyway, if you've been enjoying these videos, as always, be sure to leave a like. You know, the support is greatly appreciated. Having so much fun playing this, and it's good to see all of you are enjoying it as well. I'm trying to get close to the receiver, and then I realised I'm going in the wrong direction. We really need a base redesign at some point, but with the new map sort of coming along, I'm thinking we might wait to that. So anyway, I'm going to get charged up. I'm going to wait until it's daytime. Wow, that just illuminated like crazy. And then we're just going to drive off into the distance and try and get as far as where the yellow techs are. So I'm obviously going to be avoiding some of the other types on our way, as we're not going to fight everything. We just want to find the yellow ones, fight them, take their blocks, and then we can come back here and build ourselves a new tech. I found an enemy base on the way. This wasn't the plan, but I think we're going to go for it. Also added these on the back. We're now a little bit faster and have a little bit more maneuverability. Let's do this. Let's charge in there with the attack. There is all sorts of stuff up ahead, and one tech, as I can see right here, is standing no chance whatsoever. See you later. It appears to be another tech right behind it. This one isn't destroyed though, but it's got no weapons, except the drill, which is why it's coming close to me. And now it's just got one wheel. Alright, so tech number 2, what is your plan? These guys are really weak, aren't they? There you go, see you later. A thimble pad, I don't know if you even want to keep that. So, over here, what have we found? Can this space... Yeah, this space has now become ours. Excellent. I think it just said a message about dismantling whatever you find. Why am I struggling to move all of a sudden? Is there something underneath me? No. I'm not sure why. Let's plop down this thing at the back. I've got a feeling it might be hitting the ground. Get some recharge going on. Yeah, this happens sometimes. You just seem to get stuck. And it's kind of tricky to figure out why. It makes more sense when you're on a hill. But right there, I'm not sure what we were getting stuck on. Okay, so this is some sort of interesting setup, a pre-designed one, for items coming in using the conveyor belts and getting refined. Also, the delivery cannon's like right next to it, so I'm not sure how that works. What's that? Are you a new thing? You're a shield bubble projector. Okay. Oh, that's a new thing. Yeah, a scrapper. Let's read the description. Handy unit that smashes up blocks and reduces them back to their component resources. Oh, okay. Okay, so you put in one of these blocks. Kind of looks like it's the other way around, the way the recipes are written. But you put in one of those and then you get the ingots back. That's awesome. I like that. Let's attach that to our vehicle. We will now be able to buy that, so we'll put that back. That is a 2-slot refinery, right? It's a 2-slot fabricator. We've already got one of those. And that is also the same as the other thing that we have. No, it's called a medium silo. I was thinking it might just be a little bit different. I think now that we own this, we would already have the recipe. But now we've got a medium silo. What does this thing do then? Tell me all about it. A medium-sized silo that can contain up to 40 items. Awesome. So the fact that it's called a silo to me says it may be a case of like you put the items in there and then they get stored. I wonder if you can put things like this on it. Oh, that is what we want in our base. Yes, I like it. Let's store things here. Oh, that's so cool. Is there any other debris left behind? We did destroy these guys a little bit further away, but I think it's probably all despawned while we were checking this thing out. Awesome. I like this. We're discovering like new tech and we're going to be able to do new things with it. Let's put the thimble pad over here as well. I mean, we don't really need to keep these bits, but that's going to be so much better for storing. And if we built a base, we could have them organized like one of these pads for a different type of thing that we need as well. Let's chuck some wheels on it just for the sake of it. We might want to make this thing mobile and bring it back with us as well, is another option. Anyway, let's continue on our travels. I've been heading north, and that's when I saw the base. That was definitely worth stopping by. I mean, we didn't really take any damage, did we? How are our batteries doing? Fully charged. Looks like we're good to move on, so that was a very good find. Do you recognise this guy? I do. It's the one that we tried to bomb. Let's take it out. It looks fragile. It looks like you just need to break a little bit of it, and then it's going to fall apart, right? It's kind of hard to... Well, it was kind of hard to hit, because I was hitting straight down the middle. That thing got annihilated. Does it have anything of relevance to us? We don't really want to pick up too much stuff here. I'm not seeing any new... Oh, wow, it's got loads of these, though. Tell me about you. It's the same type, isn't it? I really want to keep them because they're quite expensive. Maybe we could take... Yeah, I haven't gone too far. I'm going to take these back to that little station that we had, actually, that we found a moment ago. There's some batteries here as well. Oh, that's going to be so good. All right, I'm going to turn around and take these back. I've been searching for a really long time, and I was thinking about, alright, soon we've got to turn around and head back and go in a different direction, and I find this thing, and it looks like it might be the world's derpiest little creature ever. I mean, what is that? Creature? Tech. It's just, oh, it's 2 wheels and a weapon. Quick, face it. And we're probably going to blow up one of the wheels, aren't we? Can we grab that? We can grab that, and now we'll... Oh, I've run out of shields and all of that stuff. Okay, so what is actually going on there? There's a little bit of the normal tech as well as these wheels. It's still got a weapon. Surely that should be destroyed by now. Okay, that looks good. So what did we lose? Nothing by the looks of it. We just need to repair ourselves. I added a little stabilizer wheel because sometimes I get stuck, and I find that adding that on the back helps a lot. Also, I've been replacing some of the blocks with the lighter ones so we can move around faster, which has made a big difference. And there we go, shields and the healing bubble back online. So over here, I think, yeah, your regular weapons, I'm probably not going to take any of those with me. But the wheel, if we attach it to us or to that, there you go. And then we now got those, so we can buy those when we go back. So they'll hopefully be useful. It's some of the other blocks that I'm looking for. Hopefully next time we'll find like a bigger one, and then when it destroys there'll be lots of blocks for us to pick up and discover. So I'm going to recharge my battery, and then we're going to continue exploring this area. Our next victims are up ahead, and they're actually fighting each other, which is good. I was expecting these things not to have weapons based on some of the comments that I got, but then I guess these are generated by other players as well, so they could have anything. Now feels like the time to charge in. Let's see if we can get a good angle. Bobbing around on the ground a lot, and we're getting in quite close, and I feel like that wasn't very good at all, and it's got a lot of weapons. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Just ping those things out and hope for the best. There we go. So it's got a lot of the current tech on top of it and weapons from that as well. And I am... Wow, you saw the animation there. You could see it hitting our shields. Oh, God, they're still firing. I thought it had blown up. Right, let's focus. Oh, I find it so difficult to do this sometimes. There we go. Right, now I think the threat has been neutralized. So I don't know if you saw it there. As the fire sort of came in, it was hitting our shield and creating this crazy effect. I've not really noticed that one before. Let's get a healing here. So we've got some new block types. We have this one. That is the same again, I believe. What is that? Just one of the weapons we've actually got attached to us. A new type of wheel. That's awesome. A smaller one. That's probably one that we're going to use. This big old thing. And I think that's it. We've already got that drill. So we've now got some of the basic blocks and 2 of the different wheel types. Let's make sure we add that. And there's some more stuff over here. And it looks really, really cool. Oh my days. Right, let's go and have a look. So we got more drills. Oh, I thought that one of these was a bit different. We've already got that wheel, right? I'm just going to attach everything in case we miss something here. Like, we've got enough to make our own vehicle, but we're not going to take 2 back. We'd need an AI module, and it'll be a bit of a pain. Although possibly what we could do... Bear with me here, this might be the silliest idea ever. If we put like blocks underneath it, we can build a platform for this thing, and then we can attach wheels to that, and then that can be like our new thing. Does that make sense? It'll make sense as I build it. Look at this thing. We have got a real Frankenstein of a tech right here. That was an awesome idea. I know there's probably more yellow stuff out here that we could discover some new items from, but with this right here, I just want to go back and make some sort of tech for mining things. This is absolutely awesome. And it feels really good for maneuverability. However, when you start to drive around a little bit, it's not as fast as it initially looks, but it doesn't seem to get stuck too often. So we want to head back now. And I came from this direction. That's somewhere around north. Let's steer this way. Yeah, there you go. Is that right? Yeah, we're going to go in this direction. That sort of makes sense. Didn't I come down this hill? So we were sort of heading in the wrong way. I think I approached this area from somewhere over in that distance, and I came up here and sort of came around the hill. So it kind of seems like I wasn't heading exactly north. But this is south. You can see our bases are on the marker, so we're going to head back that way. I'm also going to try and avoid everything, because when we fire... Yeah, look at these ones. These rockets or coil lasers sort of go straight over. Or are they the stud ones? I think they're the stud ones. Have we lost one of them as well? Nope, they're all there. And it's the oh man, I'm forgetting the names of everything. The pound cannons that sort of drop in front of us. So if something's right here, it's like everything's just going to miss it. Although those pound ones do sort of target the enemy a bit as well. So anyway, just avoiding combat seems like a good idea in general. Some of this stuff could get blown up. We do actually want to get it all back. And there is something to the left of us. I can't see it. If it's a yellow thing, I may be tempted to go and fight it. But for now, I think we're going to stick with this. So it took me a long time to get out of here. It's going to be a long journey back. And I sure as hell hope it's going to be a safe one. Because I do not want to lose this stuff. Look at that thing. That looks mean. It could probably take us out, considering our current situation. Yeah, because if any of these wheels get blown up, we're then stuck on top of the yellow thing until we disconnect it. And there is something to the right there that feels a little bit too close. Yeah, I'm going to be extra cautious. So we made it back safe and sound, and on the way back I dismantled that base that we discovered, but also, I didn't record it earlier, but nearby there I attacked a tech that had loads of delivery cannons on it, and also some refineries. So we've got a ton of stuff and we brought it all the way back here. Now I also made a save once I put all the items onto here, just because sometimes this game crashes, and in case of that happening, you know, it's good to have a backup. And when I log back in, some of the items fell off of this thing right here. I think I picked them all back up, but I'm a little bit worried. And I'm guessing and hoping at the moment that it's because it was attached to a vehicle and not attached to the ground, that it sort of hiccuped and threw the things everywhere, because I would really like to use these to store items. They are very, very cool. And now we've got to do this tedious job of like anchoring them somewhere on the ground and transferring all the items across. I think in here somewhere I have a payload terminal. We could anchor that. There it is. I'm staring at it. And this will be like the start of a second bit. So if I grab this, it's all going to fall down. Don't want to lose any of this, but then we'll chuck it all back on. That is a scrapper. That's probably not a good thing to have attached. We actually want you to be floating on there. And now look at all this stuff that we've got. This would have cost us so much money, but now we can, of course, just get it all out of here, which is really, really cool. And I think I attached that instead of putting it on there. So I want to redesign our harvester. I want to use these drills that we've got, but it's going to take me a moment here to get everything back. As you can see, I keep attaching things to it instead of dropping it on top of it. It's kind of annoying. Did that one go in? I think it did. It'd be nice if you could focus on these things that are attached to the ground sometimes rather than on a tech. And I think you might be able to do that if you attached a cab to it. There we go. Right, so we've got all of those items in, and now I'm just going to continue chucking some more. I'm also not sure if I even mentioned it. On the way back I found a couple of block dispensers. One of them had this silo right here. It's not as big as the one that we found earlier, is it? So you may have noticed that. And that thing, look, it's not even full. Oh great, now all of our batteries have gone everywhere. We'll chuck them on top of this thing for now. So check it out, this is the vehicle that I have designed. We have, let's see, 6 pads in total, 4 delivery cannons. It's only a tiny step up from what we got over here. Probably going to revisit this a couple of times, but what I've tried to do is keep a sort of slim footprint, I guess you could say, or a slim width to it, because we want to be able to mash through things that are in front of us, but these ones on the side here are probably going to get in the way a little bit. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but we've used this thing in here in the middle, by the way, so it can pick up the bulk of items and hold them there, and then we've got these extra ones to deal with the little bits that go off to the side. Now while I was building this, I was putting a lot of items into this over here, and that one I actually want to pull out there so it keeps rotating. I don't like it when all of the items get grouped up and they stop moving. But I lost some of my delivery cannons, and basically what happens is sometimes when you drag and drop items onto here, it attaches it to them, and then they create this sort of weird underground attachment where you're not actually dropping items on here, they're going underground and attaching to one another. So I was pulling out items from underneath, and then all of a sudden it exploded and loads of items went everywhere, and it was really, really strange. But anyway, let's go and check this thing out in action, because I reckon it's going to be good. It doesn't feel terribly fast, but it can traverse the terrain pretty well. And if we hold down... Do you know what I forgot to put on this thing? A radar. And actually, I was thinking about this. The front is quite down heavy, so to speak. Can we move you like forward a bit there? That might help. And yeah, maybe our wheels aren't far enough forward enough, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm having a word day today. What we need is a radar, and how I use the system over here is just sort of rotate around and stare at this until you see the item that you need, and there it is, the radar. We forgot to put that on there. That's good so we can avoid some enemies. There's one off in that direction. I don't think it's too close. It's actually stuck behind that tree. And now I'm stuck on a payload terminal. Let's move it over here. Alright, so let's get to it. We want to be able to just run through and mash up everything in our path. So the first test is, can we actually do that? Yeah, these drills, I've really sort of overdone it, haven't I? When we go downhill, they're too far out in front of where these wheels are. Maybe the bigger wheels there would help, because they would prop it up a little bit. But anyway, we hold down space, we just mash into some trees, and let's try and get the tree directly in the middle. That sort of looks in the middle, because we've got this gap of 2 there, where the drill doesn't go, but it seems to be just fine. And this looks like the way to go, doesn't it? It really does. I reckon this will definitely need a redesign though. The front needs to be propped up a little bit more. I don't think these wheels are doing it. Actually, what we can do is attach it and try and get it just like that. This is probably now going to be too much, isn't it? So let's do that again. Yeah, that really has propped it up. Okay, let's see how this does. Sort of climbed over the top of it. That's no good. Oh, that's terrible. We're stuck on top of it. There we go. There we go. So we might have to be careful. Going uphill and mashing into something doesn't seem to be a good strategy anymore, but going downhill is probably going to be awesome. And look at this, we're just mashing through stuff now. Right, so I'm going to do this for a little while and just see how I feel about this. Why are the back wheels raising up like that? Is there actually more weight at the front that it's going to do that? That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. So we need more weight at the back as well, apparently. Oh. I'm liking it, but this thing is going to need some tweaks and changes. Speaking of which, I've made a few. The wheels at the back are different. I'm not sure what else. I have changed a few things here and there. You can probably notice if we have a look. But we do have a little bit of a problem. It's a problem that I think we knew about. And actually, I just realised what the fix is. So you see here we've got loads of materials gathered up. That's because we have this thing on the wrong side of the refinery. It comes to me once it's on the screen. Of course it does. So we're going to drag these off, and then I think when we swap them around the other way, they should be fine. Now I'm going to put them manually in the cannons, because otherwise nothing's going to happen, is it? So if we take these off, and then put that thing first, it should be fine. But then it means that our capacity is a little bit limited. So, oh, tree popped up. We can store stuff there, but this might actually make the whole process a little bit slower. Let's put you things... Oh god, I didn't want to move that. In the delivery cannons, there we go. And let's go and try this again. I've got a feeling now, with it like that, it might be a little bit awkward at the front. But we'll see how it goes. This thing now being at the front is definitely slower. By the way, sometimes mashing up the rocks can be really difficult, based on if you're sort of going up or down a little bit. However, trees you generally just mash right through. So I haven't been paying too much attention to how much stuff's been lost behind us, but you can see it's kind of backing up a little bit here, and a lot more stuff goes to the sides. Anyway, this has been a long one, not terribly long. What's happening there? Is something stuck under us? No, we're good. Let's head back to base. Yeah, it's been real fun adventuring out and finding these new blocks. This thing definitely needs a redesign, and this probably means we're going to upgrade our assault vehicle as well, the one that does all the combat. So lots to look forward to. Still no sign of the update, so I don't know exactly when it's supposed to be released. I really need to research that, so we might be doing a couple more episodes in this world. But anyway, that's going to be it from me this episode. As always, if you've enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. It does make a big difference here on the channel, but that's it. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.